Good morning, stargazers. Here we are, Monday the 16th of February, 2026. um, yes, the day before the new moon I'm recording this. So, where you at? What was your weekend like? Was it full of mixed emotions? I think this new moon is in Aquarius, and we've got lots of planets going into Aquarius. It's a very Aquarian feeling energy, very fire-like. And we've also got the fire horse as well, haven't we, on the 17th? So Chinese New Year fire horse will be here until the following February. Once in a 60-year event. Year I was born. Yes, I was going to do a whole reading on the fire horse. I've got my little horses here, look, my precious little horses and my candle. I'm not going to light it until the 17th, and I've got the world. I thought I'd bring the world to the event today, because I think we need to just hold space a bit, don't we? Hold hands, hold space, shut our eyes, breathe, feel the earth beneath our feet. And if you have anything to do with horses and fire, you know that they both take hold very quickly, unless you kind of are in control. So we don't like to talk much about control, do we? Because it's better to not want control as such. But it is, I think this is going to be a time, particularly from now on, for a while at least, this month definitely, and several months afterwards, we're going to use our words like spells. In fact, know that your words are spells. So if you are a bit of a control freak and you need to ease back, then listen to your own words. That's all I can say. Just listen. We've all been there. We've all had a reason to feel we need to hold some control over something, but just listen to your words. So Valentine's Day was Saturday, wasn't it? We had Friday the 13th, and then we had Valentine's Day. So Friday the 13th for us, I always think of it as a lucky day. You know, Friday the 13th in this house is Goddess Day. It's not anything to feel sad about or to be worried about. I've had some wonderful things happen on Friday the 13th. Equally, I've had some wonderful things happen on the 14th of February. Started a career in nursing on the 14th of February. Sadly, this year we lost a cat early in the morning of the 14th. And I remember saying to my family, did he die on the 13th or did he die on the 14th? And my son, who found the poor cat Pip, pointed out that he was still warm when he found him. Although the sun was on him, he said you could feel that he was still warm. So he definitely went on Valentine's Day. But as a release, you know, there was a cycle that had finished, a very important cycle in our family that had finished, and the mark of time to start afresh, start anew. And that's where we're at. Saturn went into Aries at 0% on Saturday, and it's there until the 28th. And I said, didn't I, that between the 26th and the 30th, we've got a lot of work to do, or a lot of work to experience, a lot of stuff to experience between now and then. But, you know, Saturn marks the time, the Saturn return. So huge energy shifts over the weekend. You might have felt them. You might have actually felt quite poorly. I know I did. I had to go and have a bath on, was it Sunday? Yeah, yesterday I went and had a bath because I just ached. I felt as if I got sciatica, so I did my sciatica exercises, which then gave me a backache. Just felt like my whole body, you know, like one of those little toys that you get on elastic. You know, you press the bottom up and they go brrr, and then you take your finger off the bottom and they stand up again. That's kind of how I felt all weekend, like somebody was releasing my sinews so that I would just crumble, couldn't even walk properly, and then all of a sudden I'd be bolt upright and ready to take action. It's probably because it's, you know, the snake has gone now, the horse is stepping in, We're in that rest period between one another. And we're not expected to leap on the horse's back and charge through flames. That's not what this is all about. There is a quick response to it. So, you know, what you say and do will stay in the future now. What you say and do will be for the future right now. We've got Mercury going retrograde on the 26th, so lots of miscommunications. Please be aware. Don't second guess yourself. You know, release your outdated habits. We've been releasing outdated patterns and karmic patterns and ancestral patterns and all sorts of patterns, haven't we? We've been release. Probably the last 2 years, really. 3 years. Well, it will be 3 years with this year. I'm croaky this morning. Again, voice. You know, I've had a tickle in my throat. I don't know about you guys. The cough that came in the autumn is still with me. Neck problems. Just, yeah, bag of bones, really. My little earth suit is not faring to the upgrades, and that's what I was going to get onto. So on the 16th, which is today, you can sort of reclaim your authority. So what do I mean by that? Why would you want to reclaim your authority on a Monday? Think about the patterns that have been unfolding over the last few months, the reoccurring patterns particularly. When was the last time you actually thought to yourself, whoa, this is not where I want to be and what I want to be doing, and yet I'm being swept along by a situation? And what are you afraid of if you do stop and say, excuse me, I need to get off this bus. I need to get off the bus right now. Could you stop? Let me out. What's the repercussions of that? What's going to happen if you know, if you're truly held in somebody or a situation's energetic space? Are they going to go, oh, yeah, okay, please do. Thank you. See you soon. Bye. And they'll carry on. Or is there going to be repercussions? Is that why you're just sitting there, kind of numb, carrying on? And have you been there before? Have you done it all before? Is it a work situation? Is it a home situation? Is it a friend situation? Is it a foe situation? Is it an animal situation? Could be anything. Anything that's been turning up for you repeatedly. Mine came a bit early, I have to say, and it was a big shock. Big shock. Took me a while to get over that shock, actually. And yeah, and then you see, because tomorrow being Tuesday, you know, we're opening ourselves up for this big, huge upgrade. So I've written it down again because there was just too many dates to remember. So we've got this huge upgrade coming in with the new moon and the eclipse. So we've got solar eclipse. I think it's total solar eclipse at 28 degrees Aquarius. Again, everything's in Aquarius, Aries or Aquarius this next few weeks and months. We're in the last 24 hours before that takes hold. So we have been in eclipse season, but it's, you know, it's the actual eclipse tomorrow. It won't be seen anywhere else other than sort of the outer fringes, if you like. Victoria, I think, in Australia. The southern part, is it southern part of New Zealand? Or is it South Island, New Zealand? It might be the South Island in New Zealand. Yeah, it would be. And then South Africa, the tip of South Africa. Because it's out in the Atlantic. Antarctic. Yeah, so what does that mean for us? Well, probably more of feeling a bit rough, more of trudging through a bit of mud, a bit of water. We've had a lot of water, haven't we? And a little bit of snow yesterday. And then on the 18th, so the morning after the eclipse starts, you know, there's an acceleration for 2 weeks, a reset acceleration for 2 weeks. So, you know, so take yourself a little bit more seriously in what you agree to and what you, how can I put this? Don't be so quick to say, I know we always say yes to life. Of course, say yes to life. But just don't be too quick to say yes to stuff that you're going to regret later. You know, being piled more on at work, or taking somebody else's child to school because their family can't do it. You know, that kind of thing. Just more added pressure. Because the reset is going to require you to just float for a bit. You know, take the dog for a walk in nature. Take someone else's dog for a walk in nature. Meet up with a friend for a walk in nature and have a nice coffee. Don't put too much emphasis on being everything for somebody else. Have a hot bath. Go to bed early. Meditate. Please meditate. I'm going to make a conscious effort of meditating. I've actually signed up to Tai Chi. So I'm going to go to Tai Chi this afternoon, which is a form of meditation in itself, isn't it, really? So I'm quite looking forward to that. And I can do that at home, and it takes me out of everything while I'm concentrating on doing that. All right, the 19th then, Thursday, is a 22 Master Day. So all the numbers add up to 22. And it's very much in Mercury and Moon. And you chose this life. Remind yourself you chose this life. So don't second guess yourself. Release all the outdated habits. And what you say and do comes into the future now. Your words are spells. And we're about to go into Mercury retrograde, slap bang in all of this. So I wonder what the cards will say today. Now, I have got more cards than I'm probably going to use. We've only done 12 minutes, so we're all right. Tickle's coming back. Yeah. I feel as if it was a strong unicorn power. Let's do the unicorn first, with the horses, of course. But, yeah, let's have a look and see what this says. So my lovely horses, I've got red jasper, no, red jade, and I think that one's red jasper. I love them. Absolutely love them. I've had them a while now. Yeah. So we would like our reading for the world, please. Consciousness for the world. Where are we? What do we need to do? Do we need to link hands and close our eyes? Do we need to sit quietly on our own? What would you like us to do? So with any new moon or full moon, you know me. Is it on there? Oh, holy stones, hag stones. See the hole in there, can you? I always ask, one for the world, one for a friend in need, and one for me. And I always say thank you. Celebration. It's not quite a full moon, it's a crescent moon. Unicorns, owls, white owls, barn owls. So it says, a positive outcome is assured. Celebrate your success. Enjoy your achievements. There you go. We could probably just stop it there, couldn't we? What have I done? Just realised I need to get my little light, don't I? Because I'm not going to be able to see very well. Oh, it's not there. What have I done with it? I can see it. I can see it. Okay, let's find the card for the right up for, what was it? Celebration. Start singing in a minute. And I've got stars in front of my eyes because of the light. And it was compassion, celebration. Okay. A positive outcome is assured. Celebrate your successes. Enjoy your achievements. It's time to celebrate. Your efforts have paid off and good things are on their way to you. This joyful winged unicorn invites you to celebrate even before you see anything tangible. signs or of success. Think, feel and act as if the most wondrous blessings have already been showered upon you. I did feel like that yesterday. Felt like there was a real shift in energy yesterday. How does it look and feel when you really truly believe in the inevitability of your success? Dance around your house with delight. Let tears of gratitude stream down your cheeks. Celebrate with passion and joy. The highest you take your vibration and emotions now, the faster your desires will be delivered. Once they do take physical form, be sure to celebrate and appreciate them fully. Honour yourself as a powerful creator and a masterful receiver, and give thanks to the universe. Continue to expand your desires and allow even more good to flow your way. Ride on the waves of your celebration and let your joy activate even more positive outcomes. This is a blessed time for you, filled with the energy of success. Don't forget we asked for that as a global thing, didn't we? I might have to put the light on actually. Globally we asked for that. Oh, wrong one. So if we asked for it globally, that kind of means that's where we're all at. We all need to think like that. Consider it done. I like that. I like that a lot. So consider it done. Celebrate now. And again, that goes back to your words, your spells. So if you start telling yourself, you might not believe what you really want and desire. I never say don't like the word want. I'm a bit of a BG girl myself, you know, so wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice to experience whatever it is? And if you really don't believe you're there, you'll actually stop the spell before you've even started, because if your soul doesn't believe it, then it's not going to materialise. So you need to take it back to what you do believe will come to you and use that as your spell and work it bigger. So let's make an example of that. It's difficult in a 3D sense to do it without materialistic thoughts, but it may be something like you've put a bird table up. Somebody gave you a bird table for Christmas. I don't know why I'm using this analogy, but I am. We'll go with it. Somebody gave you a bird table for Christmas and no birds have been to eat the food recently, and you feel it's because they don't like you, right? It's not that they don't like you. There might be a cat that has left its scent there or something. There'll be something, a reason why they don't feel they can fly into that area. Maybe that they can't see the bird table properly. It's not out in the open enough. But all those things aside, if you put bird food somewhere else in your garden and watch the birds come to that part of your garden, you know that they'll eventually use your bird table once they've got used to it. But to ask the universe to bring the birds to the bird table is a step too far. You can't get there from there. You have to find somewhere that leads in. And that's the same with any thought process, any word spell work. And if you have to second guess it, then it's not the right energy. So I hope that makes sense. Right, where else should we go then? Trees are getting their sap, aren't they, at the moment? There'll be a lovely, delicious oxygen surge soon, because as the trees start to breathe after their winter sleep, there's not too much pollution about. You can sometimes get a really good whiff of that. I remember my first whiff of that, why are these upside down, was when we were in COVID. Oh my God, it was just amazing. I will never forget that smell, actually. Okay, trees. What trees have we got that can give us some information for the collective, for this new moon, this eclipse, this fire horse energy? So much going on. All these planets going into Aries. Haven't talked about that yet, have we? I've written those down somewhere. 17:8, larch. That's nice. That's about spirit. Ooh, larch. And it adds up to 8, which is eternity, isn't it? Okay, let's have a look. Larch. 17 is the card number. Got to it straight away, like that. The Oracle. Your star has risen and will not leave you. There's another thing. There's another way to look at that. I'll be careful about that. Luck and inspiration, strength and perseverance. Be ready and open yourself to the rhythm of the seasons, the earth who holds you, and the light of the heavens. So the larch is an extraordinary being. It combines. Oh, my hearing's just gone in my left ear. I have to acknowledge that. I'll come back in a minute. It's like this one's giving me signals. Have you not experienced that yet? There's meanings for right and left, but don't ask me what they are at the moment. Right, so larch. It's gone now. Larch brings light like a star fallen from the heaven. Its gifts to you is spiritual clarity, inspiration and harmony with the laws of nature. Fairies, charming elf beings that are well disposed towards humans and animals, were often glimpsed beneath the larch in the mountains. Its natural habitat. Is larch the same as aspen? I might look that up. Is that the same family, like the aspen trees in America? I just got that image. That's the only reason I said it. We often glimpse beneath the larch in the mountains, dressed from head to toe in silver and white. They would dance under the ancient trees and mountains, singing sweetly all the while. For whoever met them, it was an unforgettable experience. The larch tells you about unexpected help coming your way. Your newfound resonance develops your natural aspect, and your kindness draws other beings and powers to assist you on your path. Your eyes will sparkle when you meet them. Your eyes will sparkle when you meet them. If we abuse the larch and continue to allow it to be felled for ski pistes, is one example it's given, or herded together to grow in vast monocultures, disgrace and stupidity will follow. Ignorance and instability eventually lead to serious depressions and feeling of emptiness inside. So what can we take from that then? The beautiful larch that's got this wonderful energy, looks like it can be easily manipulated, but cross it and you find out that it's a lot stronger than you thought it was originally. Is this you? Is this somebody you know? Is this a situation that's unfolding for you? But what you need to know is that there is energies around that can support you through this and support us through this. If you believe in magic, you'll see it. And those that don't believe in magic will just disappear. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed over the years to this point, there's people in your life and you suddenly wake up or go to bed or doing something that reminds you of that person, and you suddenly think, I haven't seen anything. They've like dropped off the universe. I haven't seen anything about them, heard anything about them. They're just not in my frequency anymore. But that is the case, isn't it? We're walking different timelines. So there will be people, as this all unfolds over the course of the next few years, there will be people that they just disappear. And there's a few people over the years that I would have liked to have kept in touch with, or just, you know, just know that they were okay. And I've asked around and nobody can tell me where they are. They have literally just vanished. It's the bizarrest thing. I think this is a bit like that. So, all that glitters is not gold, don't forget. And all those that smile at you aren't your friend, always. But just remember that you're the one with the sparkly eyes that attracts the larch. Yeah, it was larch, wasn't it? Yeah. Your star has risen and will not leave you. Well, it did that when you came here, and it comes to get you when it's time to go. Right, okay. Interesting, that one. Larch. I might Google and see whether, do we have larches in the UK? Are they called something else, perhaps? That was talking about ski resorts, wasn't it? Right, Akashic Records. I think that will lead nicely onto this one. So this is the Akashic Tarot. I won't tell you who they're all by, have I? Unicorns by Cordelia Francesca Brabes. And then we had the Tree Angel Oracle deck by Fred Haginger, illustrated by Anne Hing. And then this one is the Akashic Tarot guidebook by Sharon Ann Klingler and Sandra Ann Taylor. So why am I doing this one? Why do you think I'm doing this one? Because there's residual energy hanging around from the snake that we should have got rid of, and that we can get rid of. Another 8, the scrolls, paths unknown. Oh yeah, because we are going into paths unknown. Can't dress that up any other way. 9 planets in 0 degrees Aries is a path unknown. Seriously, it's a mega path unknown. So that was 8 of scrolls. 8 of scrolls. So we have 2 8s, which is infinity, isn't it? 8. Oh, now will I be able to find this? Let me put those in there. 8 of scrolls. Keys with scrolls. Somewhere. 8 of scrolls. Roses. Where are you? Roses. Horses. Keys. Oh, where's scrolls then? Is scrolls... If it's 8, no. No. How do you do this then? So you've got to... Right, where's scrolls? Phrases. There we go. 8. 126. Oh, that makes life easier. 126. Nearly there. There we go. Why couldn't I find that earlier then? Odd. Right, okay. 8 of scrolls. Paths unknown. Upright, which it was. Woodland animals gather around a woman who stands in a small clearing in the forest. The fork before her breaks into 3 separate paths. Does it? Notice that. 3 separate paths. 1, 2. I can see 2 paths, but I'm not sure I can see 3 unless there's one right on the side. I had I call it the Chariot card, where the path changes. I used to have that as an occurring dream through COVID. It was the most bizarre thing. One was dark and one was light. Oh yeah, here we go. So similar. The fork before her breaks into 3 separate paths. The middle is clear and bright. The left is much darker with more... Yeah, my left was dark as well, with more trees and growth. And the right is dappled with sunlight and a few shadows falling here and there across it. This card reveals that you've been travelling on a path that's known to you. And it shows that the way to the expected and it shows you the way to the expected outcomes, but there are 2 other paths that aren't as clear. Remember, if you stay with only the known and seemingly safe, you won't catch the unseen opportunities that can come your way. Some options may be unexpected and perhaps a little risky. Don't be too attached to your agenda that you miss out. Happily, during this phase, you can investigate unknown paths and make the decisions that lie before you with confidence. You are flexible and brave enough to step into the shadow. Stay alert. Extraordinary opportunities abound in the least expected places. Yeah. Special notes. Regardless of whether this card is upright or reversed, the paths can give you more insight through the neighbouring cards to reveal how your past and future coverage in the present converge in the present. The path that goes to the left will take you to an adjacent card that shows, so that'll be the next card we choose. So the right, well, you're looking at it the other way around though, aren't you? Right, hold that thought. The path that goes to the left will take you to an adjacent card that shows you how a past life is influencing you today. The right facing path will take you into the adjacent card that shows influences on your future endeavours or relationships. Okay, so whimsical. What was that one? I can't remember now. Oh, celebration. Oh no, it was that way though, wasn't it? Like that. Yeah. So we've come from light, haven't we? So that's where we've come from. What's going to be the next card? Wow, that was quite good. Which one shall we go for? I'm going to go for the field because paths often lead to fields, don't they? Okay, so this one is the Field Tarot by Hannah Elizabeth. Can't read the last bit. Fafona. Okay. The field. And it's tarot again. Just realised I've picked up 3 tarots, haven't I? Oracle, Oracle, Tarot, Tarot, Tarot. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Princess of Swords. Curiosity. Well, that's a very good card to put to the future. Don't lose your childish curiosity. So, if you're standing there with 3 paths, the one you know is well worn, the one to the right is dappled, and the one to the left is dark. But you have the light to carry you through, because that was the light. You're coming out of that, aren't you? And going into this curiosity. And often we are curious what's in the dark, aren't we? Because we want to shine some light on it. Okay, well, might be another card in that pack actually, because that Princess of Swords is quick. Discs, Swords, Princess of Swords, Curiosity. The Princess of Swords is youthful, analytical, thirsty for knowledge. Perfectly placed then, isn't it? She represents exploring new ideas and ways of thinking, and often signifies an opportunity for growth. Ask questions, dive deep, and be open to unfamiliar perspectives. Keywords: eagerness, discovery, ambition, inquisition, and observation. Well, blimey, that is kind of, if you think of this as a collective, we're all star beings. We've all got paths to choose now, timelines, if you will. And we've all got a bit of curiosity, which is going to help us to decide which way to go, how to think about our future. Are you so immersed in social media rubbish, because it is all rubbish now? I mean, there's certain people I like to follow that have been AI'd for other people's purposes, and it's so damn obvious now that I don't really look at it anymore. And I nearly came off social media. I don't know about anyone else. I just was so fed up with the illusions that it wasn't giving me anything that was helping my higher self. So then you start to look elsewhere, don't you? You choose a different path. Right, fabulous. Now I'm going to try and bring out, I might just go, they're just telling me to choose another one. Oh, here it is. The Magician. And I have got the Sun cards. I did bring the Sun cards because I thought we never talk about the Sun, do we? We've had a lot of Schumann resonance stuff going off. I mean, it's just been off the scale, really. And it's a 1, and we're a 1 year, and we've got a solar eclipse. Right, there we go. We needed that card. There's the little book. So the Magician, and the Magician is a major arcana card. So we've got the Fool. That's the Fool is the first card in the tarot deck, and the Magician's the second. So it says, I'll read it without actually, it's got a nice bright page. The Magician is the master of manifestation. Now is the time for taking action and setting out to achieve goals. I wouldn't say this new moon is the right time to do any manifestation work, though. There will be time, but I don't think it's now. Not really. It says now is the time for taking action and setting out to achieve goals, which it is, because we're fire horse, aren't we? As all is aligned in favour of success. Through commitment, skills, focus, dreams can really become reality. So there we are. So it's not about the dreaming now, it's about the action. It's turning dreams into plans. It's getting your pro forma drawn up and ready to take action with it, of whatever it is in your life at this moment in time. Willpower, synergy, resourcefulness, taking action, fruition, creation. If we're a 1 year, so we're the first of a 9-year cycle, we've got loads of planets going into 0 degrees. So it's the beginning of that cycle. And it's all in Aries, with quite a few in Aquarius as well. And we're in an Aquarian age now. Aries is the start. It's like it is the reset. So think of us as a new bed of seeds all starting. And I saw something the other day about energies coming in, so UFOs. But what if those little star seeds are coming in through our beautiful children, and they'll just have a different human blueprint, it's a thought, isn't it? Rather than we see the, you know, the grey slimy beings, what about our next generation of people that will be the indigo children, the star seeds, you know, the ones that change the human blueprint, the human experience. That's something to think about, isn't it? And it gives a lot of hope. Oh, thank you for that. That was brilliant. Could have been better. Right, I'm going to try and swap. I do want to do one from... I'm going to do the sun next because that had a sun on it. They're going to fall down as I do this. I don't know. Oh. Okay, so we've got Queen of the Sun Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. And if you've been following the Schumann resonance, it is, yeah, I don't think we've ever seen anything quite like that. Oh no, I need the book, don't I? Do that. Bring that there, put that there. Little horses are... I might put you guys over here, shall I? There. Give myself a little bit more space. And my planet. It's a lovely marble, this. Remember marbles like that when you were kids? Used to often find them. We've had some really weird things happen just lately in the garden, like gifts. My puppy goes out and, you know, sniffs all through the hedge, and he came back with this little Father Christmas. I haven't got it in here at the moment. I've never seen this. It's a little plastic one. I've never ever seen it. I don't know where it's come from, whether it was the people that lived in the house before, you know, got poked through the hedge or something. I don't know, but yeah, it's an odd little character. And then when poor Pippi died, we put him on the flower bed waiting to dig his resting place. And when I lifted him up, there was a little baby, blue pants, so it was a little boy, but it was like the little toys that used to get for like dolls' houses. It's probably been chucked out of one of my children's bedrooms way back when and just ended up in the soil, but it just laid underneath him like it was a little gift from him, little baby boy. And I'm thinking, me being witchy, thinking, oh, was that a grandchild? Has he gone off to come back as a grandchild? I'm not saying any more, but see what I'm saying? That everything has, there's magic in everything. And then I'm thinking, well, what's going to be the third gift? Just as the collie starts to bark. She'll probably bring me something back. I suspect the third gift will be a cat, because not so long ago we had a bit of a cat spat out the front there. Oh, no, there's too many. I'm going to put them in. We had a cat spat out the front, and it turned out that there was a ginger stray in our yard talking to the Maine Coons. You'll not believe this. Fertility. We are going into estrus, aren't we? Fertility. Flora. 8 and 1. We just, you know, we're in a 1 year. We've had a lot of 8s. Also adds up to a 9, which was last year. That's kind of inclusive of everything, isn't it? She looks like she's wearing armour. It's a beautiful card. Truly beautiful card. Right. 18. Fertility. It's also fertile time for ideas, isn't it? So we've got all these beautiful ideas. And I think the sun particularly is giving us lots of codes at the moment. So that was 18. Flora. Fertility. Growth is your birthright. Avoid stagnancy. Be open and fearless in your blossoming. Move forward and be fruitful. Create. I am open and ready to adapt the beauty and fertility of the universe. Yes, please. Flora is the ancient Roman goddess of flowers, spring, fertility and youth. Most importantly, she heralds the end of winter and the coming of the sun and the beginning of the warm months of spring, which is where we're at. She's one of the more recognisable goddesses of art, always depicted surrounded by and holding plants and blossoms and wearing a flower crown, always young and beautiful. In the ancient Roman religion, there were 15 official important deities, and these were given their own flamen or priest, signifying their stature. There were 3 flamen majors who would serve the 3 major gods of Mars, Jupiter and Quintus. Mars, Jupiter and Quintus. The remaining was served by Flama Minoras. Majoras and Minoras. And the cult of Flora had hers. The Florilla. The official festival came at the beginning of spring and was a happy and wild celebration again. More celebration. It was 6 days long and included dramas, rituals, drinking of wine and a hunt. Women were able to dress up in a costume but normally would be banned to them for being too revealing, as nakedness was a part of the rituals. Don't get that. Men wore flower crowns, and the sight of the can't say this word. Ichthyopathic. I'll spell it. I-T-H-Y and then phallic. Oh no, I can't. My little dyslexic brain would have to sit and look at that more in depth. Image of a phallus in a person was not shocking. It seemed a nice job to be the flamen of Flora. In her role to herald the spring, all aspects of this, including wine growing, important to Romans, in brackets that is, growth of plants and flowers, and the prosperity of family was focused on and hoped for with blessing. Here we see the recognition of the solar energies in relation to all things fertile and celebratory. Whew. Companion stone or metal, green quartz. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Thank you for that one. How are we doing for time? 10 minutes. Right. Let's do a quick earth one. Just drop the whole box. Can we have a nice earth card, please, for our beautiful planet and all that she's going through at the moment? Is there anything that we can do to help? Oh, 2 went up then. Help us get direction on how we can support and help and move forward. What do you want us to do? Movement, river. Okay, river. Where does it? There we go. River. Movement. Oh, I think I can read this. It's quite a good card, because I don't know. We've all been worrying, haven't we, about HARP and all the rest of it. There's about a million other abbreviations to seeding and that kind of thing. And how that affects us and how long it's been going on for. Yeah, kind of feels like we're being cheated of what. Because without water, if we don't have clean water that feeds our plants and services our rivers and mountains so we can drink, that's fundamentally, I think that's worse than anything else that can happen. And I've always believed that water is a living organism in itself. That's a whole nother story, and we've only got 10 more minutes. Right, so I'm just going to read the action, because that's quite long in itself. Fighting or blocking the flow of your life force can lead you to feeling spiritually void and disconnected from source. That's where the whole planet's at the moment. But there's a turn, the worm is turning. Just like the metaphor of the river, it does not work to force or fight this compelling movement. When you simply pay attention and observe the flow, it becomes easier to navigate your experiences and see what lies ahead, or at least get a sense of what is coming by the ever-changing geography that unfolds as you cruise along. Yeah, that's true, actually. Your resistance is hampering your ability to make a choice in the matter. Surrender to the movement of life. Be graceful, and you will see the signs along the shore and the river itself that offer you clues about what direction your ego self is to be making. Go with the flow is more than the trite aphorism here. It is essential that you do so now. Breathe, relax, and you will know. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Because it says there, some of her water will evaporate along the way to feed the waters of the sky, just as it takes place in any other bodies of water, and bless the land and the seas with replenishment in a perfectly natural cycle that helps the planet sustain itself. Water is lifeblood, a nutrient more essential than food. The flow of water throughout our own bodies strives as a metaphor for how life itself flows through us and expresses as us. There's other stuff, but I'm going to leave it at there. And actually, I did bring the water deck, Water Alchemy Oracle. Well, we might run a little bit over today, but I'm going to go with it because can you believe it? Seriously, can you believe it? Let's try and put these back up. That's a lovely, beautiful message. And I think what it's telling us is there's nothing to worry about. As we move along this journey, there really isn't anything to worry about. We've just got to stop looking at the illusions and trust what we see for real. Slippery cards. Water Oracle, Alchemy Oracle by Alexandra Wenham. Keep knocking the cards down. Right. Next time, if I don't get a card this time, I'll split it. There we go, thank you. Hail. 12, but it's yin and yang. 12, but added up is 3. And it's springtime because there's blossom out. There's May blossom, or what do they call it? Cherry blossom. Right, what keeps happening here then? Okay. 12. Hail. 12. Okay. Sudden impact. Hail is a type of frozen rain which forms into small ice pellets known as hailstones. Hailstones are usually spherical or conical in shape and form when raindrops get caught in an updraft of cumulus or storm clouds. Like rain, hail is formed from precipitation, but as the water drops get carried up to the top of the cloud, they freeze before descending. If the drops get caught in numerous updrafts, they become coated with more and more ice. They printed ice in capital letters, which reminds me of the news recently. So larger hailstorms are formed. It just sort of jumped out, that word. Message. Brace yourself, you may be in for a sudden shock. Whether you perceive this swift... Yeah, we are. I'm sorry, but we are. April is going to bring a big shock. Don't really know what it is. Might be man-made, might be natural, but it's going to shock people. And we've had enough shocks as it is, really, haven't we? But there we go. Whether you perceive this swift action from the universe as a welcome experience or not, know that it will ultimately bring about positive growth. About this card, I mean, there's so much information about this card. Cold comfort. Melt away the tension. Be like the hail. Nothing in life stays fixed as we live in a very transitional and changeable world. Stay grounded and centered as often as possible. We talked about that earlier. So as sudden disruption do not derail you. Similar to bubble and droplet, place yourself with a protective spherical hailstone so any troubles slide off you like water off a duck's back. On the flip side, ask yourself where you may be hiding or keeping yourself small from the fear of others. When I was saying that as well. Others' reactions to you. Why not let yourself make an impact? Well, other than the tarot card, I think that beautiful spread there, I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm pretty pleased with that. Okay, so the last one we're going to do is the tarot. I know we've had quite a few tarots, but for a reason. They are the mirror, the fire horse mirror, the eclipse mirror, the new moon mirror. Words are your spells. And just remember, if you say anything without love in your heart, it comes back 3 times on you. So I would only do spell work with words with love in your heart. And if you can't find love in your heart, that's where you start. You need to ask for love. Right, I'm going to split these. Death upside down with the star. That's on the bottom. 5 of Wands. Let me read the 5 of Wands first. 5 of Wands. Five of Wands, upright. New factors moving into the situation demand that you change, adapt and grow. Life's not as simple as it was. No shit, Sherlock. We're gonna see this year. New competition has moved into the neighbourhood or industry, and you have to put forth more effort to keep what you have gained. Depending on the rest of the reading and how you handle the changes facing you, you could either suffer hardship and loss or go on to greater success and prosperity. So as the Wands, the Five of Wands is about completion in economic, social and career areas. It signifies the mad scramble for money and power. It's falling away. That's going. And then we've got, which was the Death card. Right, well, we'll look at the Death card in a minute. And the Sun. No, Star. The Star, wasn't it? Star. Beautiful card. Right, okay. So this card represents struggle in the marketplace. It can also indicate that you are involved in ego battles with other people in your workplace or social area. Often the image on the card shows five men fighting amongst themselves using their staves as weapons. Well, I don't think we need to say any more about that card, do we? But let's have a look at, so if we put that one there, the Devil. And the Devil, not the Devil, the Death card, it was upside down. So death means, the Death card in tarot only means that it's the end of something. Doesn't mean somebody's going to die. It means that it's the end of something, a worn out thing. And what were we saying? That we needed to get rid of releasing old habits. We've already been working on worn out stuff. Right, so it's a major card. So the last two, or the first two, were major cards. I have done it the other way round because I thought that was important. Death, where are you? Death. Upside down. Or reversed. You are putting off making necessary changes, usually out of fear. You feel that others are standing in your way, but you're really blocking yourself. You're stuck in an old habit pattern that you know needs to be changed. I thought the cards, I'm doing a reading for somebody later, and I thought the cards might be a bit tough. Do you know what I mean? Certain times of the cycle, they can be a little bit more curt. Yeah. So sort yourself out. Where is it? Yourself. You're stuck in old patterns that you know need to be changed, but you don't want to put forth the effort to alter them, even though you are unhappy with the current situation. Whatever you choose, or whatever you don't change, you choose. You may be depressed or in a state of apathy, and the result of refusing to accept the necessary process of physiological death, which leads to rebirth. The way out of this is to face up to your stagnation, frustration and unhappiness. Jettison any relationships that aren't working. Yep. Throw out the old and ring in the new. Well, we've done that. The whole world is doing that at the moment. Dinosaurs are dying left, right and centre. So there's an awful lot of information on here, but interpretation, the Death card in a reading rarely foresees the physical death, rather that it means the end or death of a cycle. Whenever a stage of life ends, there is a need for mourning. Trying desperately to hold on to what is clearly over causes trouble. Employing cosmic means to stave off the approval of age, for instance, is a useless effort to avoid the inevitable. The ultimate message of death, the Death card, is the promise of new life follows disintegration. And then we had the Star. Let's stay there. Yeah. The beautiful Star, which is a fantastic card to end on. Oh, and I've just opened straight up onto it. Lovely card. Usually portrays a female figure. Yeah. Upright. This is the time that you are experiencing optimism and self-confidence. You feel good about yourself and the place in the universe. You have arrived at a positive place for which you have been preparing yourself. Yeah, we've all been preparing ourselves for this moment in time if we were born now. You are receiving assistance both from the invisible world as well as the material world. Good things are in the offering: money, possession, love, recognition and assistance, because you are flowing with the energy of the universe. You trust life's process, only if you've carried this all out, and are setting new goals for the future. New opportunities in your career and relationships are opening. Interpretation. The star is a universal symbol of hope. Let me just read that again. I'm a long way away, aren't I? The star is a universal symbol of hope. Its appearance can signal the end of the trivial represented by some of the earlier cards, symbolising that a new and happier phase of life is coming. Love it. We see shooting stars of hair bangers for good luck. A gate has opened for you to new possibilities. This card portends good fortune, creative inspiration, spiritual growth, help from the unseen forces, and wishes come true. It marks a time of fulfillment. The star is linked to all the great goddesses of love and beauty from their cultures. The Greek Stella Maris, star of the sea, was one of the titles bestowed upon Aphrodite. The Romans renamed her Venus. It is Venus who appears to us in the morning and the evening star, as the morning and the evening star. The star corresponds to the number 17, which in old numerological systems was connected to the immortality, hope, intuition and self-expression, because of course it adds up to 8, so it's another 8. Wow. So I've had lots of 8s but a few 1s. That is a blinding reading. I'm very pleased with that. Oh look, the death card's fallen down, because we're in that, the death throngs of everything falling away. We're in that now. Well, my darlings, I hope that's giving you inspiration. I hope it's helped you to see your way forward. I think it has me, to be honest. The next time I will speak with you on YouTube will be for the full moon, which is March. Is it March the 3rd? I think it is, isn't it? March, February, March. Yeah, March the 3rd, and it is in Virgo, is it? Oh, yeah. It's a Virgo full moon, 3rd of March. Okay. Happy new moon, happy eclipse, happy Chinese New Year fire horse, happy rest of your lives. It's going to be a good one. Right, somewhere down here I've got a little button that I can turn the video off. Speak soon. It's not going to turn off. What's going on with that then? Oh, great. Bye-bye.